Now we look at the last example, example 3. The graph of a function y is equals to fx is illustrated. Use the transformation technique to graph the following function. So we have 3 functions. Basically, we have 3 functions to sketch, but we have to be careful with the last function. So now the graph of the function y is equals to fx is given. So this is the function for y is equals to fx. And the function, what is the function, what is the equation is not given. So we will just know this is the graph. So let's say we look at the first one. So again, so for the first graph, let's say y is equals to 2fx. So just like the previous example, we can assume that actually fx is equals to y. So what happened here is we will multiply the coordinate of y by a, where in this case our value of a is 2. So we will multiply by 2. So here, let's say I try to label out this coordinate. This coordinate is 1 and 0. So in this coordinate, coordinate is 0 and negative 1. So when I try to multiply, so for the first question, let's say, I try to hide the function. Okay. So for the first coordinate, let's say, so we will multiply the y coordinate by 2. So the new coordinate here is 2 and 6. For this, the second coordinate, if I multiply the y coordinate by 2, it remains the same because 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. So the point is still 1 and 0. But finally, for this point, this coordinate, we will multiply the y coordinate by 2. So this point will become 0 and negative 2. You can see that this point, suppose that this point will go down. This point remain on x-axis. And this point from 2 to 6, this point will going up. So it's just like we try to stretch the graph. So for the first function, let's say we look at function A, you can see that this is the point is 2 and 6. Same as our calculation. The second point still remain here. Nothing changed. And the last point will become 0 and negative 2. So here is 0 and negative 2. Next, we look at this graph, the second graph. So y is equals to f 2x. So y is equals to f 2x. So in this case, we will so here is x. Suppose that we will multiply the coordinate of x by, remember, 1 over a. For x is 1 over a. So where our a in this question is 2. So it's 1 over 2. So we'll multiply the x coordinate by 1 over 2. Let's say, try to erase. Now come to the second question. Okay. Now multiply the coordinate of x by 1 over 2. So here, I will multiply by 1 over 2. So my new coordinate will become 1 and 3. Only multiply with the x coordinate. So whereas for this point, before this, the coordinate is 1 and 0. So since multiply by 1 over 2, so it will become 1 over 2 and 0. Finally, this point, so this point is 0 and negative 1. So if I multiply the x coordinate by 1 over 2, it will remain unchanged because 0 times 1 over 2 is 0. So this point remain unchanged and this point will move inside for half an unit. Same as this point, it will move inside to become 1 and 3. So you can see that the graph is compressed. So this is the second graph. So the coordinate will become 1 and 3. You can see here, it become 1 and 3. The x coordinate here is 1 and 2. So here is 1 and 2. You can see here the point is 1 and 2. But for the third point is remain unchanged. So now come to the third graph. C. Y is equal to 3 minus fx. So for y is equal to 3fx, so the first graph, so here the first graph, suppose we try to sketch y is equal to negative fx, means that it will reflect on x-axis. And then when come to the second graph, y is equals to negative fx. Here is actually positive 3. So it's plus 3. Means that the graph will move up for 3 units. This one will reflect on x-axis. So next, it will move up for 3 units. So actually this is equal, or I can write in the form of 3 minus fx. Both of these are the same. Only here I put 3 in front. Here is 3 at the back. So for the first graph, see, so I'll try to clean it up. So for the first graph, for question C, first you can see that from here it will reflect on x-axis. It will come down. Previously this point is here below the x-axis, now will come up. So from negative 1, now supposed to become positive 1. And then this point before is 2 and 3, now will become negative 2, positive 2 and negative 3. So the graph suppose is more or less like this. So it will reflect on x-axis. So you can see. So this is the graph. Next, it will move up for 3 units plus 3. So from 1, it will move up for 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Same as this point. 1, 2, 3. And finally this point. 1, 2, and 3. So all the points will move up for 3 units. So the new graph will become this one. Previously is 1. Now move up for 3 units from 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the point this one, 1 unit, 2 unit, and 3 unit. So here suppose is 4. So next is this point. From 2 and negative 3, here is actually is negative 3. So move up for 3 unit, negative 2, negative 1, and 0. So here is the new point, 2 and 0.